Yeah, I've started the recording. What is loop? Okay. So if we talk about loop in terms of programming language, loop are control
Sir,
structure. Yes.
sir.
Hello. Yeah.
So your sound is so low for me.
Is it audible?
Very low.
Okay. Let me check. Hello. Hello. Is it audible?
Yes, it is.
It is audible for us.
Okay. So please increase the volume of your mobile phone or your computer. So
Okay.
loops are controlled structured used to repeat a given section of code a certain number of times or until a particular conditions are met. Okay, so this is the definition, but I don't think that any one of you have understood the definition. The reason is it's so academic definition, which is quite tough to understand. It was quite tough for me also to understand few days or few months before. Just to give you a brief idea about my journey to any programming language, I was not getting my 12th class admit card just because my teacher was not confident that I will get passed in my programming languages. And in my engineering, I barely in very uh, with very less marks I passed my programming subjects. Even till last 6 months I was not able to uh, say, understand what programming is all about. The reason is why I'm telling this is because uh, till last 6 months I was trying to learn programming through academic information and academic books, and the teacher who were teaching me, they were also using the same definition, same language, same thing, and I was bored with all those stuff. The reason why I was bored because uh, the thing programming is, it's all about practical and it's all about the code. So you cannot understand programming just by learning what is theoretical and what is theory. So in our curriculum or in our course, in our college, in our even in our school, they used to teach more about theory. So that was quite boring. So I never try to learn it. So after like before 6 months, I tried it myself and I tried to do a lot of programming, and I find that it's quite easy and it's quite interesting. So this is the what is my point here. The point here is, this is not for your use. Just read it and you will understand these words once you understand the practical example. So a loop is something which is repeated section of code a certain number of times. So I have a example for this. Hope this example will be a correct example. So we have Earth, right? Earth revolve around Sun. So in how many days Earth revolve around Sun?
365 and 1 by 4 days.
Okay. So after these days, what you have told, Earth came to its initial position and start rotating again, right?
Yes.
Right. So what is happening? Earth is rotating around and revolving on its axis also, but rotating around sun and coming to its own position after 365 days and 365 and a half days. So what is my point? My point is, this is the example of loop. How? Because wait 1 minute. Yeah. So what is my point here?
Because
Let's suppose someone created the world or the earth or the universe, and he thought that, okay, I will revolve the earth around sun for 220, and after 220
It
what
will
I will
start
do,
again from 1.
no, I will give coronavirus to Earth. So what is happening? I have a loop which is rotating around and around, and I have a condition that after or in 2020, Earth will face coronavirus. So this is loop with a condition. And after so this can be example, like it can also have example like let revolve the Earth for 10,000 years and then destroy it. So the coding should be like this, that revolve the Earth for 1,000 years, and after 1,000 years destroy it. So the Earth will revolve for 1,000 years, and after that it will get destroyed. So this is a basic and a very use a very what we can say, a real world example of loop.
Loop.
So we will not waste time here understanding more about the theoretical loop. We will go and we will check some programming. So first loop that we have is for loop. Okay, a for loop is used for iterating over a sequence, that is either list or tuple or dictionary or set or string. Here we cannot iterate. Iterate means coming, checking again, repeating things, loop. So not wasting time here, let's move to the coding part and see how it works. So the first code that we have for today is this. So let's suppose I have a list, and list contain 3 fruits. Okay, name of fruits. So a list, the name of the list is fruits, and it have apple, banana and cherry. What I want here, I want to print that list individually. I don't want to print the list in a list, but I want these lists to be printed individually. So how it works, this is the syntax of loop, for loop. So for starting a loop, you have to declare a variable, new variable. So here it can be anything. For single fruit, and you have to print that single fruit. It can be anything, it can be XYZ or any variable that you want. For here, what I have done, I have declared a new variable, and what I will do, every time I will store the value of individual item of the list in this single fruit. So let's run this code and then we will see what is happening. See what happened. First, for the first time, the loop runs, and it only runs this part of the list. So for the first part, fruits have apple, and apple is stored in single fruit. So apple get printed. For the second time, it will go for banana, and banana will get printed. And for the third time, it will go for cherry, and cherry will get printed. So what we can do here, we will talk about this, why we use loop. Okay, we will discuss more about this thing. If anyone have any problem or any confusion in loops or for loop or the syntax, you can unmute and you can ask. This is the simple syntax. You have to write for a name of that, a declaration of new variable, in means in which part of programming you want to start the loop. So for now, I want to start a loop in fruits. After that, you can use 4 tabs also. You can use, you can use 1 tab. It means 4 space. And you can print the output. So anyone have any doubt?
Sir, there is no initial value for that?
In Python, we don't need any initial value. It automatically starts from 0. So this is the
0.
This is the best part of Python, that in C and in Java, we have to start it like this. For I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. So this loop, this is the way we declare it for any other programming language, either it's for C, Java or any other language. But in Python, it's very easy to start a loop or start a for loop. So here it is the example of for loop, right? So the next program that we have is this. No. So what we have in this program, we have a string named banana and we have X. So in a string, what will happen? So what we have here, we have a string. B have the position of B is 0, A1, N2, A3, 4 for N, and A for 5. So it is the position as in terms of coding that we have studied in our second or third session, the positioning of or the index that we had discussed. So what it will do, it will run a loop for X, or here can be any other variable, and it will run loop and start reading the string one by one. Like for the first, it will run for B, and then for A, then for N, then for A, then for N. Let's check. So see, this is the output. Any doubt?
Sir, updation is always +1
Always? Yeah. So
with 1.
yes, in loop, what we do in loop, the iteration will get one added, but we can change it. We can see in few next programs, we have changed the value, or we have changed the iteration from, it will not start from 0, but it start getting not increment but decrement. So any doubts with this program? Okay, so this is the same program that we had that we have discussed already, but here we have used something called break. See, what is the output? It's apple and banana. It is not printing cherry. The reason is I have given a if here, if statement. For X in fruits, it will print, but if X is banana, break, which means this. With the break statement, we can stop the loop before it had looped through all the items. Means if the item that we want is matched, the loop will stop. The loop will not complete. Like suppose I have a number of 1 million. I have 1 million names, a random 1 million names, which all are different. Okay, and I want to print Rohit from that 1 million name. Rohit is only one. Only one Rohit is present in that whole list. So why I will run 1 million times if I find Rohit at 10th position? So what I will do, I will write this code and I will break if X means the value of the loop or the name of the person that I'm finding for. If it is equal to Rohit, it will start, it will stop. If we have to print it in reverse order, okay, we will see that. So because you want to print this in reverse order, like you want to print first cherry, then banana, then apple. So it is very easy to do, you have to write fruits equal to non-type object, not iterable. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's a different type. I will inform you, or maybe today I will check for it. Working like this. So in Python we don't use loop for reverse, because I think we have something a very simple inbuilt function. I'm not able to find it right now. I will inform you in the next session, or through WhatsApp, because we don't use minus, like uh, this I minus minus here in Python. So it's easy, like when you want to print the list, just type rev or reverse. It will automatically reverse the whole list. For now, let's continue, and I will inform you after searching it. It's easy to reverse here, but adding it into loop, I don't know why it's not working. Okay, let's check for the new program. So here I have changed something. See, I have given banana, but it's not printing banana, but only apple. The reason is the print command is given after banana. So after running for apple, it will run for banana and it will find that I have to break when
Before banana.
yes. So before banana it stopped. It stopped. So same thing. Okay. And this is the next program. So here we have used continue. Okay. So what is happening here? If we add a continue statement here, it will bypass that string. So for here it's bypassing banana because I have written banana. Let's suppose I change it to apple. So yeah, so apple is bypassed. Bypass means it is not adding or it is not counting the string that is the condition for the condition is given.
Sir,
Yes.
can we bypass more than one string?
Can we bypass more than one string? Yes, you can bypass. Let's check for this. See,
Okay.
yeah,
Or instead of and.
yes. Cherry. No, or command is not working. Because
Can we use comma? Comma.
no, you cannot use comma in if statement. You can only use if and an or. So it's not working like this. So you can give only one command here. If.
Okay.
Sir,
Hmm.
do we have to write x equal to apple and x equal, I mean, or and x equal to cherry? Like that, both side we have to use x.
Maybe. Right. Let's say. Maybe it will work. Yeah, it worked. Thank you. So, so you have to give X for both. I was not knowing this. I haven't tried it before. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So the next program, we all have studied about range. So this is the thing that in programming, you don't know what will be the next problem. So like, thank you for the this part. Like I was not knowing. I was knowing one for it for only one. So this is the reason why programming is growing or why programming have a very large base. Because every time a new idea came to the market, programming can be done based on it. So if suppose I have a chat or I have a plan to teach and you have something more inputs and I don't know about it, we can find a solution by thinking about it. What will be the solution? So this is the code that let's suppose I have a for loop and we all have studied about range. So here, what we have studied about range till now, we have studied that x is equal to range between, range 10, okay, and we print it in a list x. First, let's see what will be the output for this. See, the output will be a list which have the value of from 0 to 9, okay. So what? Let's change it for 6 to 10. Yes. Here what happened? The output will not be in a list. It will be an individual output for an individual value. So let's suppose someone give you a question which says that write a program to for 100 inputs or for from 0 to 100 to print from 0 to 100 odd even number. So you will start writing. You'll have a range 1, 100 and to print only odd number. So what it is doing, it is printing every number because I have given only one gap here. But if suppose it's this, it will print odd numbers. So what is different in this from this is I can add a if statement here. If x is 50, print x. So it will print it only for 50. It will print only 50 odd numbers, but I cannot do it for list. Okay. Or there is a lot of things that we can do in range. The range basically simplifies a lot of things for us. The same program, if someone had asked you to write in C, you would have to write it like this: int x, let for x is equal to 0, x greater than equal to less than equal to x plus x mod 2 equal to 0. And x. This is the program for even number that you would have done if you would have done it in Java or C. But here, if you want to print only even number, sorry, odd number, this is the way you can do it. Any doubt?
Sir,
Hmm.
what does that first one represent before 100?
This represent from which value the iteration will start. Like if suppose I typed 10, it will start from 10. But now I want it to start from 1, so here it 1. It represent initial value. This represent final
Okay.
value. And this represent the gap that I want between the numbers.
Okay. Then instead of that first initial value, you can write 0. So we'll get even
Yes,
numbers.
yes, you can do that. You can do that.
If
I was
you
just showing the
start from
example.
0, it will become even numbers.
Yes. So these are the even numbers. We don't have any gap after one digit. So one, 3, 5, 7 odd numbers. Okay. No.
2, sir, for odd numbers. I like even numbers.
No.
For odd numbers, initial value must be 1.
It will start from 1.
Okay, so let's change the, let's remove this problem. Let's suppose I have a for loop which is range between 0 to 100. Okay. So what I will do, I have a if here. I will add one more if x mod 2 equal to 0 and if is less than 50 print x. Okay. So this is what it is. This is the odd number. Okay. And if I want to print an even number, this will be my even number. What I have done here? Anyone know what I have done here?
You have taken the remainder of the division. If it is an odd number, the remainder will always be 1. If it's an even number,
Yes.
the remainder will be
So
equal to 0.
this is the reminder that I have taken. For x, suppose that is 2. So 2 divided by 2, what will be the remainder?
0.
0. It means it is an odd number. 2 divided by 4, the remainder will always be 0. 6 zeros, 8 0, 10 0, 12 0. But in case of odd number, 2 divided by 5. So it will give a remainder 1. So it is not 0. So it is an even number. So this is basic, a simple program for odd even calculation. So you can use it. You can print both even and odd, but let's check this. So this is the part. This is what I want to discuss. I don't want to discuss mathematics here. I want to discuss for loop. For loop, and what I have done here in for loop, I have used if. So the next program that we have is, we are going to use a while loop. Before we have something in PPT also. Okay. Yeah. So while loop can be executed, can be execute a set of statements as long as condition is true. It means, what is the while? In English, when we use while, not as a loop, just in a general discussion, when we use while I was going there or while I was standing outside my house, I saw XYZ crossing. It means while means I was standing there and someone crossed. So if I would have not standed there, I would haven't seen who had crossed. So while is also a kind of condition, and it's the iteration or the loop will run only if the while condition is true. So if I'm not standing outside, I wouldn't have seen XYZ crossing. So this is the program. let's suppose I have a value I which is equal to 1, while I is greater than or smaller than.
I is less than 6.
Yeah.
Right. I is less than 6. Print I. It means I will print I until and unless I is equal to 6. So what I will do, I will print I and I will start incrementing the value of I. Incrementing means I will start increasing the value of I after every iteration. Iteration means after every time a loop is run. Same as every year Earth revolve one circle around the Earth. So one iteration means one loop, one circle. So after every circle in the program, I will add one within I. So let's run this program. Okay. So for the first time, the value of I was 1. 1 is less than 6, right? So it will print 1. And after that, it will add I plus equal to 1, which means I is equal to I plus 1. I can use this also, but for better understanding in programming language, it is used in this like this. I plus is equal to 1. So I plus means I will add a value of 1. So now what will be the value of I? It will change to 2. So now I will be 2. While 2 is greater than 6, 2 is less than 6, it will print the value of I. So this loop will continue until and unless it is equal to 6, because 6 is, we haven't given equal to symbol here. So till 5 it will run, and after 5 it will break, or it will not show output. So the output is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's suppose I write equal to symbol here. So it will give an output of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, any doubt?
No doubt.
No doubt. Okay. So first let's run this program. Okay. So we have already discussed about break statement. Okay. So what is the value of I here? First, the value of I is 1. It will start from 1. It will print 1, 2, 3. But when it reaches 3, if I is equal to 3, 3 equal to 3, it will break. So after 3, it will not print the output. So for till 3, it is printing 1, 2, 3. But after 3, it is the value, the output is we will not receive output because we have used break statement. We have already talked about break and continue in our for loop. Any doubt? That's again in this. So even if we give equal to symbol here, nothing will change. Okay. So here we haven't just leave the program, but we have given a else statement also. So it will start from 1. It will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But after 5, when it will go for 6, it will print I is no longer less than 6. Same programs, everything is same, but we have just used an else statement. So we can in while also we will use else. Okay. So what we have done here, we have done print I is no longer less than 6. So I suppose I give equal to symbol here and I run this program, this will not get printed. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I know. Okay, so after 6, it start again, and it run the loop, but in while it didn't find it, so it will return to else, and it will print the else statement. So till 43 it will get printed, and after 43 it will show that after this. Okay, thank you. I will try this, and I will try this after the session because we have less time, and I will inform you about this in our next session. I have pasted it here. Okay, so this is the last program of our today's session. Let's suppose I have colors in a list, and I want to, and I have 11, 40, 20, 34, 98, 43, 45, 54, 54. But what I want to print colors which is more than 50, right? So what I have done here, I've started a for loop. This is not a while loop, it's a for loop. We have already discussed this type of problem, but just to discuss it in int and list, I have given it, I am discussing it. So what, this is not this color, this is another variable. I can change it to okay. So this is printing. Okay, so this is printing, it's printing those values or those numbers which is greater than 50. So we don't have any number here 50. So let's add a number 50 here and give 50. Okay, so we are getting 50 also. So this is all about this. For any doubt in this, let me check.
How to ascend numbers in this list, sir?
Send.
How to make order.
Okay, you want to what you want? You want?
I want to put them in order, either in ascending or descending.
Okay, so we have a function for it. So we have a function named sort. So let me see the syntax. Okay. See. Okay.
Sort. Okay, sir.
Just let me check. We have, okay, we have a reverse. Okay, so let's reverse that we are discussing earlier. So we are done with the today's program that we want to discuss today. So that reverse part which is left, let's check it. So yeah, it's getting reversed, but I don't know it will work in loop or not. Let me check. Okay, so it's not iterable because when we reverse it, it will become a type, non-type, which is not iterable. So iterable is list. We have already talked about which are those data types which are iterable or which we can use in loops. So let's check it again, which we have. See, we can iterate a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or a string. We cannot iterate a int or an integer or a float or a non-type, like it was a non-type. After iterating, like after iterating, you can reverse it.
Remove the assigning, sir. Just run the line fruits dot reverse. Remove the assigning.
Remove the
Assigning the. Do not assign the function to y.
okay.
Just call fruits and then x in fruits.
Okay.
Because the actual list has changed. Then I think it is going to
Let's see.
return. It will not return, sir. If y is equal to banana, sir. Y is not defined.
Yeah. Cherry, banana, apple. It worked?
Yes, sir. It reversed, right? So
Right.
I think it worked.
Okay. 2 things I have learned today. Thank you. So this is all about today's session. On Monday, we will see any more doubts. So finally, we solve this problem. So on Monday, we will talk about creating a dictionary. We will not, for dictionary, we will not create our own data. We will import a data that we already have on internet, and we will use that data to let's suppose I have a data in Excel sheet or in text file or in JSON file. I will import that data to my Python programming, and I will use that data and I will use it as a dictionary, and I will show you how to use it as a dictionary. Okay. So today we have discussed about loops, while loops, and using a loop in list, adding and using conditional operators in list. So this is all about today's session. If you have any more doubts or you will face any problem, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number anytime. So that's it for today's session. Thank you. Hope Tariq Bhai have joined. Let's check. Okay, Tariq Bhai is with us. Please enlighten us with your words. Maybe he's not here, but he is in the meeting. Okay, no problem. So I will meet again on Monday, and we will have one more session about on advanced Python and about learning new things, where you can find new stuff and where you can understand new things, everything. So we will have more 2 sessions, one session for our project and one session for our advanced discussion. Yeah.
So is there only 2 loops? Is there do while?
Do while I haven't used it in Python, but it can be used. I think I will check for it and I will inform you if it is available. But till now I have used only while and for while because it is more than enough in all the tasks that we want to do in Python.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So Allah Hafiz, Assalamu alaikum, bye bye. Have a good weekend.
Walaikum salam. Sir. Masalam. Thank you.